Hi everyone, now I'm going to be tying this fly here. Now this is basically a Rogan's Gosling. The Gosling, or this pattern, was basically tied when I went to Ballyshannon, and I actually represented Rogan's at the time. No, Rogan's goes back a long way, a long way. I think it was Michael Rogan who originally started the shop in Ballyshannon. But they were famous for their flies, and now in the Erne estuary this pattern was very good for sea trout, and this is how I'm tying it. It was a friend of mine asked me about, we were talking about flies and sea trout. He's a very good sea trout fisher, and I mentioned Rogan's Gosling is a great fly, and it was the fly that caught most of the fish, especially the day I was there, but it was consistent. And the colours, if you look at the colours, you can't really fault the colours, but if you really look at it, it is a mayfly pattern, and most people would recognise it like in the style of a mayfly, and it is a good mayfly. It's very good when the mayfly's coming off. But if you look at the tail in this and the size of this fly, this is a size 8, it gives the impression of feelers at the back, much shrimpy like. If you imagine putting eyes on at the back here and the colours, you'd be close to like a shrimp pattern. And this is why probably it works so well. Plus it's very sand eel shaped like, or small fry. So you can understand why it works so well. Hook choice is up to yourself. This is an old, I was looking through my stuff, and when I actually bought these for tying this fly, these are size 8s. Obviously it's a Kamasan hook in this case, and I don't know how much they are for 25 now, but it was quite a while back. This is Torbits and Kilmarnock when I bought these a long time ago. That shows you they're not there anymore. But anyway, I've still got them, and so I came across them. So this is the hook I actually tied them on. It's a great hook, but you can tie whatever hook you like, and you can saltwater hooks and tie the same fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I like the red thread, in this case Uni 80. Now I have waxed the thread. Just going to come down and basically stop in line with the barb of the hook. Oops, just watch the point. Then remove the waste. Now I'm using, this is obviously called pheasant tail, but this is quite a long fibre. You want a good, around good half dozen, say 5 to 6 fibres or so. I want a good length in them. So imagine feelers, and don't be shy with the fibre, the length anyway. So say get very leggy like, or very feeler like anyway. Now the rib of the fly was an oval gold tinsel, but you could use silver, you could use other colours, but gold was the original. So I'm going to catch this on, and then I'm just going to pinch the thread up the body just to tie in the waist and my rib. Come back down. Now this is a dye, a material colour that I dyed myself. You can see it's jade yellow, that's golden yellow. These are Veniard dyes I'm using. Now it's a golden yellow plus a wee touch of hot orange added into it, and I get this lovely colour. This is kinda, to me, it's a kinda golden olive type colour. So that's, if you want to dye your own, that's the colour you get if you use the dyes. Now it's just a touch of hot orange, not much. Most of it is it's probably 80% or more golden yellow, and the rest was just a touch of orange. Now I'm going to dab this on. It's quite light like, and tighten up when I need to. So I'm going to put some sort of taper in it. Just going to start off a bit better than that. Don't mind the red showing through, just adds a bit of depth to the fly. It will show when it's wet. So, as I say, I'm not shy with the material. I like plenty on it. Just keep adding and wind it up. Give yourself a good 3 or 4 mil from the eye, just to get room for there's the body hackle, and then there's 2 hackles obviously. Now the body hackle is this light olive. This is from Veniards, just a cheap Chinese Indian neck. And you catch this on, not too long, the fibres. I use my Hackle pliers. I could use my fingers, but I'll just take my fingers out of the way. You want a good turn at the top here, and then you want to come through around about 4 turns or so. So coming into the 4th turn, I usually bring my rib over the top here, catch it in, and then rib the body all the way up. As I say, you could easily tie this on a saltwater hook, but we tied them just on these and on standard hooks even. And as I say, it's a good mayfly pattern. The mayflies are coming off, it's a great fly, especially in Loch Melvin, which is really next to, it's in just outside Ballyshannon. So anyway, just going to make sure to tidy this area up. Now what I want to do is rough up and bring out some of the dubbing into the hackle. As I say, the original one doesn't have a body hackle, so just leave it off if you want to tie the original Rogans. But we put this olive on. Hot Orange, this is just another, this is a Chinese, and a slightly longer fibre. Don't need many turns of this, just to warm it up. Got wax on my thread. So the stem here, and then depends on the feather. You're looking for a couple of turns anyway. Then a shrimp, this would be like the thorax area where you would have a wee bit of orange, just to warm it up. And then we just catch this in, turn this away. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is wax my thread again. Now these are, if you're buying these, the feathers for the front, if you see you're buying for Cooksail will label them as silver mallard, or mallard flank, so silver mallard. So these are the big feathers. There's one, a lovely mark on them. And don't be shy with the length. You tie it in by the tip. A couple of these ends are broken, I'm just going to check. That's fine. Just catch this on. Make sure I like plenty of wax on here, so plenty of grip. And then, I mean, you don't need many turns. Just I'm looking at the best of the feather. You want nice straight turns. Stroking the fibre back as you wind. Just checking. See how it's sitting. That's fine. Now what I do is I just twist the feather towards me. That lets me get the thread right into the stem. Oops. Nice and tight. And once we've got it in, we can trim away. And then build the head up. A nice bright head, so I like the red thread in this fly. What I'm doing here is just leveling up the head. There you go. See what the hackle's like. That looks fine. And whip finish. And trim away your thread. And there we are, you can see that lovely colour. And then just a couple of coats of varnish and that's you finished. And that's the Rogan's Gosling. And especially the one for the Erne estuary is the one I would recommend. So there we are. And you get that nice shape. As I say, it's very shrimpy like, especially tied like this. Just straighten it up a wee bit. So there we are. Lovely pattern. Nice style. got a lovely flow to it, lovely colour combination. So anyway, there we are. As I say, it does give that impression of the very shrimpy like, and you can see why it works. As I say, tie it on whatever hook you like, it suits you. But this was the hook we used, and the great dropper fly, excellent pattern, had a great reputation, and it was certainly the fly that caught the fish. So I hope you enjoyed that, and again, thanks for watching.